Hi, it is Ayik Gam time again. Today I'd like to share with you something very important for Wing Chun. Before that, I'd like to tell you a movie which I love a lot, always in my mind. The movie is Apollo 13. And I always remember the quote say, "Houston, we have a problem." Okay. But they have a solutions, and at the end they bring everybody back, right? So today I like to say, Wing Chun, we have a problem, and we do have a solution. So I like to really politely ask anybody who do not want to face the reality of facts, please stop now, because this YouTube might cause you to no longer be able to practice Wing Chun as you have done anymore. Either you do it for 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, or 80 years. After you watch this YouTube, you might not be able to continue on. So I like to politely ask anybody who don't feel comfortable to watch, don't, okay? Because I share with you my finding, and I don't want to cause anybody discomfort. That is not my point. And I like to provide solutions, not problem to anybody or any lineages, okay? Again, I'm an engineer, I'm a design engineer. I do not look into those lineage and so forth stuff. I like to solve issue, solve problem, get solution, okay? So, okay. So, the previous YouTube which I put up for settling the Yiji Kamyongma in 30 minutes, that is using the Chinese ancient common denominator, like the three flow, the qi flow, the breathing flow, and then the force flow, to find out what is exactly the Yiji Kamyongma has to be, okay? And today I would like to use physics, pure plain physics, okay, to show you what I found. And people might ask me, so how can you know all this, and where's the evidence, and so forth, so forth. Well, since it is physics, and since I love control system, control theory, engineering, we can analogy how we're going to solve this by like solving the state space system equations. We got equations, we put it together, piece it together, and let the system characteristic fall out by itself, okay, objectively, without we need to touch anything. We know the boundary conditions, we found the characteristic that way, okay? So the system equation we're going to put in is like the usual Wing Chun set, the Xiu Lim Tao, the Cham Q, okay? Be it any lineage, Xiu Lim Tao, Cham Q, or the Yik Gam Xiu Lim Tao Part 3, which is, or Part 2, Part 3, which is equivalent with the Cham Q sets of the other lineage. That is what we base on, and we base on physics, okay, to see what is the facts, because anything in this world has to satisfy physics, okay? So let's begin. And we know for handling or generating power or force, dealing with force, there is two ways in general. One is the linear way, okay? And one is the rotation way, or twisting way, okay? So, the linear way is like I have to accelerate if I do a punch this way, I have to accelerate, I have to extend my punch to strike, to generate those force, those momentum to strike. As for the rotation way, we don't do that. It is like a twirl or twisting power got to do with rotation. Twirl, okay? So, let's look at something very familiar about twirl, okay? So this is a screw, okay? If I want to screw this down to a wood, then I need to screw it down, right? Now, if I use my finger here or my hand here to screw it from here, to apply force from here to screw down, I will have a lot of need to use a lot of force to do that. Okay? But if I use a wrench, okay, to screw it, as soon as I have a long range, meaning I can use less, I apply less strength here, okay? But even if I have a wrench, if I do it here, I still have to use a lot of force. Okay? You got it? So if you want to use hand, the fingers to screw down over here, it's tough because you need a lot of strength. You use this longer, you use the tools to help you so that you can screw it down. Okay? Now let's reverse it. Say if I have generate a force with this twisting or this twirl type of handling. Okay? If I just twisting, say very little, okay, very little, I will have to, this wrench will twist a lot, right? Because in order to move a little, from here, I have to move this much. So if I move a little here, I have to move this much. If I go further, I have to move even more, right? But if I have to move from here, it's very tough. I don't have the strength, okay? Now, if we reverse it, if I generate a twirl here, okay, then I will have a lot of force here, and I will need a lot of distance over here in the wrench in order just to sustain it. Okay, if I want to sustain so that this doesn't move. If this is moving, I want to sustain doesn't move. I have to have a lot of a longer area and so forth. Okay. So you can read this from physics. Now, so what's this got to do with Wing Chun? Twirl type of handling, twisted force and the rotation, satisfy Wing Chun's two characteristics: close body, short or inch power. Remember, over here it's very difficult for me to twist it. So my opponent has very difficult to deal with me in this close range. And remember, I just need to move a little bit angle, small variation here, and the opponent, the range has to be moved bigger. That satisfies Wing Chun's close body and the inch power generation by physics. And even better, this torque or rotations power force, a twisted force and the rotation stuff is based on the center axis. Okay? So we know by the torque, the Wing Chun power generations is torque type. It's not the linear type. It's not the linear type. It's not the linear type banging like this. Have to generate using a big space to generate the power to bang. It is a torque type. Okay? Now, Wing Chun, we got a problem. Look at the Xiu Lim Tao sets everybody's practiced today for past 80 years. The whole body is practically like this. Okay? And the upper hand is punching, 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 like the sun punch. Now the question is, how is that supposed to generate this short range power? Close body combat characteristics. It can. For example, somebody pulls at my chest right here. Okay? If I have to use linear to push it back, I have to use a lot of force to push it back. And I have to use space. If I use the torque, I can handle him here because my body is like this screw. Okay? You try to push me like the opponent's like finger. I generate my force there. My body, my axis, center axis. You have tough time to deal with me. That is the key of the physics. No mind power, no other thing. Just that. Okay? Now, looking back at the thing we do. Okay? And looking back at the inch punch demonstrations where you have to expand your body up, that is not satisfying the Wing Chun characteristic of the close body inch power. With this big body, you need big space to generate that, and the force you need to accelerate it up. It's not inch power, it's long range power. Okay? So that's what it is. Now, Cham Kyu sets, or the Yit Gam Xiu Lim Tao, 1840, part 3, part 2. All is actually have the characteristic of torque. Remember the turning stance and so forth? But nobody aware of it. People using the Xiu Lim Tao type of stuff. Okay, because everybody is so keen in standing in the Yiji Kaomyang Ma, claim everything, and then doing the Xiu Lim Tao linearly, because the advocate is like, the closest distance between 2 points is a straight line. That turn into a linear type, and it is contradict to what Wing Chun designed in the Cham Kyu. It just contradict. Okay? And then it turned into using this so-called geometric and linear type, or the closest between 2 points is a straight line. It modified the Cham Kyu set, or brute force this Cham Kyu set. Instead of aware that something is contradict here. The Xiu Lim Tao got problem, not the Cham Kyu. So, it's been going like that for past 80 years. At least, if you look at photos and you look at the writing and you look at the video. Okay? So it can say the entire Wing Chun for past 80 years somehow much in the wrong directions. I use the words wrong, not not based on I right, you wrong, but based on it is a Torr engine, Torr type of engine. But now you get into using the linear type of engine. It is a wrong engine. Okay? So it's not about ego or lineage or anything. It is physics. It is Torr is Torr. If you use a linear stuff in the Torr engine, then you are solving a wrong thing. You're using a wrong solutions to try to solve the thing. You cannot solve it. Okay? So this is critical. But if you put the Torr back to the Xiulin Tao, the Chamkyu will naturally get back to its engine, because that's what it is. So due to all this linear stuff you see today, when people are doing this kind of stuff in the Chamkyu or the third sections of Yikam Xiulin Tao, they are actually throwing their body around. They do not do the handling the Torr, the force. They don't. And then they talk about energy. Well, energy is a property. Force is the ability or capability to move a mass, object. They're two different stuff. You need to be really specific. So, look at everybody. They move their body, okay? And the lower four bow become really critical is because the lower four bow today is like this Paris Tower, stuck there, like a rock. How is it supposed to get into Torr? The ankle clamp there. How are you going to get Torr? It's like a, if I clamp my arm like this, my wrist like this, how can I get a handling a Torr with my palm? Cannot do it. So the whole body dead because it using a wrong type of mechanics, force handling mechanics. Okay, and even worse, the feet become like this, the tip of the chair. Okay, you stand there, and the lower four bows is like this rod here. Okay, like the tripod feet. There's no way it's going to handle the Torr type of stuff. This type of stuff will no way be imported to the Chamkyu set. No way. And thus you cannot use it in real life, because what one trained is contradictory to what the designer designed for the Chamkyu sets, which is very important sets of applications of Wing Chun, right? So instead of this suction cup, your feet bow, and have a Torr type of handling like this with the center axis, it becomes this. So this is what I like to share with you today. Okay, you don't have to like my finding, but think about it. This is physics. It's not got nothing to do with me. This is an objective observations, and it has to fit into the law of physics. Okay, and if the law of physics cannot be satisfied, all this energy, qi talk, all it doesn't matter. How can it? Have you ever seen anybody using qi in the wrong car, a two-wheel drive to make it a four-wheel drive? Have you ever seen any GPS can turn a two-wheel drive to a four-wheel drive? So the Torr type is like the four-wheel drive. The linear type is like the two-wheel drive analogy. There's no way you can use chi or your mind to change that. Okay? So this is for you today. And I know Wing Chun has to change to another era, a new era, because of this tour handling reform. And some might choose to not believe it. Some will choose to go with the physics. That's everybody's freedoms. And for me, I just report, as the astronauts say, Houston, we have a problem. And also from Houston, we said we have a solution. We want to bring all the guys back safe. This is for you today.